I mean, lobster or something. I don't know.
Mic check.
Mic check! Mic check!
Come on, Mr. Mic check, louder than that.
Mic check! Mic check!
That's right. All right. So, first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. This is West Wednesday, week 433. And as you know, we've been fighting for accountability for my brother, Tyrone West, but not just for him, but literally for all the victims of police brutality. We're in a neighborhood that literally, pretty much, it wasn't even a neighborhood, it was the killer cop that murdered our brother, Timothy Fleming. You know, it's just really sad. They can bring whoever they want to bring to accountability, but then they murder whoever they want to murder. And it's just really sad. Nobody deserves to be murdered, and especially in front of his children. And literally, in the saddest part, those babies still residing at home. And I'm crushed, you know, and I'm just crushed. That's why I go to work every day teaching the babies. And it's already traumatizing just to live in this city alone. With all the homicides, you got to worry about somebody's going to get murdered from a stray bullet, or you got to worry about if a killer cop is going to pull somebody over and just take their life, play God and take their life. And it's not everybody they're murdering. They're murdering brown and black people. Let's be crystal clear. Like, you know, of course, Caucasians and other races do get murdered too, and I'm not saying that. But you know, we have been a target for over 400 plus years. Let's be crystal clear. And it's a lot on my heart tonight. So I'm probably going to be scrambling all over the place, but it is what it is because it's just too much going on. And for me to be in this neighborhood is real heartbreaking because literally right around the corner, my cousin Tavon Anderson was murdered, gunned down in cold blood on a West Wednesday morning. Literally, we're on 11 news about killing weed and all murderers, these repeat violent offenders from Baltimore City Police Department. And literally, within half an hour, my cousin Tavon Anderson killed, literally 12/19 on January the 20th. And it's interesting that the ACLU came down there and reported of over 3,500 cases of police brutality, misconduct, and nobody does nothing. And I always say, as we stood on these long corners all around the city, even in different cities, no one listened to us. Had they would have took the case of Tyrone West seriously, maybe Timothy Fleming would still be living. You know, this is really sad. I heard an incident where a student had brought a gun, a loaded handgun to a school, and the first thing they're trying to do now is say they're trying to use cocaine for their gun. Oh, well, you know, we need to bring back the conversation of having armed cops in the school. Let's be crystal clear. That's some BS. Let's be good. Let's be glad that no armed police officer wasn't at the school, because how many students would have got killed? Because it's something about when they have that bad gun, that places them above the law, and they could take somebody's life. They take somebody's life as if they're eating candy or chewing gum. They don't give a damn. So why should we allow that? Thank God, okay, the student had a loaded gun, but did anybody get shot? No, nobody got shot. Everything was fine. But yet they want to talk about that. Just imagine if they would have had an armed police officer at the school. He would have ran, he or she would have ran to acting like they were God, and somebody would have pretty much got killed, one of those students. And it's sad and disgusting. Because I think about the killer from Morgan State University, David Killer Lewis. He had nothing to do with that neighborhood, but because when my brother was murdered, literally, you know, he got that signal 13, he came onto the scene, and after my brother was beat by 16 other killing cops that had no restraint, pepper spray, tased, beat, tortured in broad daylight, then they allowed David Killer Lewis from Morgan State to set on my brother neck, like George Floyd. So again, like I said, if they would have took accountability for these killer cops' actions way back in 2013, would Timothy Fleming still be alive? Probably so. Would Freddie Gray probably still be alive? Probably so, because then they would think, you know what, I don't want to be held accountable, so I'm just going to walk But ever since Freddie Gray was murdered, look at the spike in the homicides that's happening. Nobody's safe pretty much. Especially if you're brown or black, like I first stated. It's disgusting and it just needs to stop. But just imagine, and the only reason why I'm going to bring my sister up so she can talk, take the mic over. But I really feel sorry because the same exact thing is happening all over again. This city don't want to give you no transparency. They don't hold nobody accountable. They play the justice delayed, justice denied foolishness. And keep in mind, justice delayed is justice denied. Just like with Marilyn Mosley in my brother's case, who sat up there and she won't tell me no. All she got to do is say no to my face. No, I am not going to prosecute those 17 murderers that murdered your brother in cold blood. All you got to do, sis, is put it in black and white. That's all I want. When you ain't got to meet with me. Because to be honest, I don't even really want to look at her in the face. Because for you to play a game like you're doing all this and that, but yet you're going after an innocent man, Keith Davis Jr.
Amen.
You're going at them, but then you'll stand on the side of accountability where you saw another young man, life was took 40 years plus, and you want to say, oh, I signed off on that and I got him out, but yet you willing to send another man that you know is innocent. You know it's innocent. You rather send him down for 40, 50 years. Shame on you. But I'm not going to stop until we get accountability. But guess what? I just want to say this before I bring my sister on the mic. I want to be very clear. She is not bringing me and my family until the new year with dissing us. Like this going on, we don't play the Doug and Pony show for many years now with her. And we already know there's no statutation limit on murder, so I don't want to hear it didn't happen on my tenure, and I want to do this. She told me, she promised her, oh, if you bring me new evidence, I'll be glad to look at it. We took her the new evidence, put it on her desk, and it's still sitting there just rotting away.
Shame.
And she ain't had the nerve or the audacity to tell me, no, let me go through the process. You don't want to do nothing, sis? I don't care. Don't do it, but put it in black and white. Tell me to my face.
That's right.
Tell me to my face, because even when you don't do it, it's going to go on. But see, you're holding up my process, and that's that justice delayed, justice denied foolishness. That's what they do to reassure that we don't get accountability. And before I bring my sister Queen on, I want to say a few words about the Ahmaud Arbery, pretty much. And we know it's not his case. We know the killer's Brian McDaniel, whatever his name is, the freaking killers. The killers that took his life in cold blood. A man can't even jog down a goddamn street. And then you talking about, they're saying they're going to do a citizen's arrest. These killer cops got the game twisted because they set the stage for America. For anybody that can kill us and say, you know what, I fear for my life, I want to do a citizen complaint. But then they know how to take whoever they want to take. They can take killers, terrorists, white terrorists, right? That murdered people in the church. They can walk into accountability with a cheeseburger. So I don't want to give a damn about somebody going through a mental health crisis with a goddamn knife. Almost taking a butter knife to a gunfight. It don't matter. That's shame on you. Shame on you. That is disgusting. And for pretty much what really is sickening to me is how these white killers, and I'm going to be crystal clear, these white racist killers or these racist people feel like they can just take black and brown bodies with no type of accountability. They've been doing this shit for over 400,000 years. When is it going to stop? I'm to the point I'm ready to stand my own ground. You're not going to keep killing our babies, twisting our mind up, making it seem like community violence is over here where women are not even safe no more. Teenagers not safe. No one's safe if you're black or brown. And depending on what neighborhood you live in. But other neighborhoods, they live fine. They don't worry about if their child is going to make it home at night. We got too much to worry about. But for Ahmaud Arbery, for these white killers to actually take his life and have no fear, and the only reason why they got arrested 2 months later was because their sick video of them killing them. These predators killing.
Yeah.
They stopped him and they killed this man. And then this judicial system that we got to go through, and the parents and the mothers and the family members got to hear how our loved one's life was slaughtered away. We got to sit through this kind of pain as they pretend to take us through a process. There'll never truly be accountability, because guess what? If you can't bring Timothy Fleming back, that ain't no accountability. You can't bring Tyrone West back, Ahmaud Arbery, none of us, our loved ones. that is no true accountability. There's no true accountability. Because that's a hole in our heart that will never be made back together. But the reason why I'm here tonight, right on this neighborhood, where our brother Timothy Flemings was gunned down in his home, and his family is traumatized. And then for the city to do absolutely nothing but turn their goddamn back, they didn't even try to take the babies out the house. Shame on them. Shame, they dirty. They dirty. They can come play God and take somebody's freaking life and go home and eat a burger with their family. I'm ready to stand my own ground. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. I don't quit, I reload.
Yeah.
I know y'all thought I was gone, but I'm back.
That's right.
I don't quit, I reload.
Right.
I'm not understanding, Brandon Scott. You're the mayor of this raggedy ass city. And I'm up here in the ghetto streets of this raggedy ass city. I'm not understanding why my nephews are still being traumatized living in this house that their father was fucking murdered in. I'm not going to apologize for my language, that's how I feel. 27 years ago, 1994, my brother John Sutton was, and sadly enough, the person that murdered him was murdered. It never ends. It never ends. I want Marilyn Mosby, Brandon Scott, Michael Harrison, Gaston Melendez, Jason Zimmerman. Put your fucking money together and get my fucking nephews out this house. They're being fucking traumatized. Y'all at home and fucking live with your families. Thanksgiving coming up and they got to fucking sit in this house. Y'all gonna be at the table with y'all fucking families?
Shame.
Christmas is coming. You think my nephews and their mother want to sit in this fucking house?
Shame.
They should have been out this house. The 16th, today is the 10th. Next week, it'll be 6 months. They're still being fucking traumatized. Traumatized. 11 and 12 years old. Traumatized. Think about your kids. Think about your kids. Would you want your kids sitting in a house like that? It's shameful and it's very disgusting. It's very disgusting and it's very shameful. This is hard. I mean, it's traumatizing for me, so I'm just not even, I can't even fucking comprehend what my nephews are going through on a daily basis. A daily basis. The killer cops just run around here terrorizing people like they just fucking heroes and shit, because they get fucking raises. Every time they kill somebody, they get a raise, so they fucking heroes in the district.
Shame.
Fuck all y'all killer cops. Fuck 12.
There you go. That's right.
I'm not going to apologize for my language, but that's how I feel.
Don't need to, sis. Don't do it.
Fuck this city. You know, my oldest brother told me I need to be peaceful. Fuck him too. I'm not motherfucking Martin Luther King. I'm sorry. I'm not a peaceful person right now. I'm ready to start a motherfucking war.
There you go.
Okay? Listen, these killer cops got to fucking stop. They gotta stop. Killer cops got to be stopped.
All right. Put them
We
down.
tired. We tired of y'all killing us and getting away with this shit. 6 months later, my family still don't have an autopsy report.
Shame. I went through that with Tyrone West.
Now they're saying that
Shame.
it's going to take 2 years for this investigation to be complete. Well, why the fuck are they still in this house? Shouldn't that house be a part of that fucking investigation? Should this house be a part of the investigation? 2 fucking years? Yeah, we ain't going nowhere. I'm staying right here. As a matter of fact, I'm moving here. Cause y'all about to see me every motherfucking day. Okay? Every day, y'all gonna see my face somewhere. I'm gonna be popping up like motherfucking popcorn. Pop, pop, pop. I don't quit. I reload. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check. Mic check.
Angela, does anybody else want to say anything? Do anybody? Okay, no, I definitely understand. It's open. But I just want to let you know that we are praying for you and we're going to do everything that we can with these fundraisers, everything that we can to make sure you and them babies get out of that house. Because I know how hard it is for me to make a trip once a year where my brother was murdered at. I choke up when I even ride down Loch Raven, which is a couple blocks over. I get choked up when I know I'm getting near Kentmore and Tellsway. So I couldn't imagine living or being in a neighborhood or a place that actually where my loved one took their last breath. So we're doing everything. We're doing everything humanly possible to make sure that you and them babies relocate. And it's sad, we got to do the city's work.
Yeah.
They got money for this. They say decide where's the, okay, if it was domestic violence, oh, we can relocate you. Why the hell you can't relocate them when killer cops come in and take their loved ones?
That's right. That's
What's the difference? What's the goddamn difference? Say, if anything, you should remove them first.
That's right.
And then try to break and build the gap between the kids and children and law enforcement officers. You know, making sure like their mind ain't clean enough forever messed up. But they don't give a damn.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They
This
don't
is our
care.
reality.
They
But
don't
we
care.
care. They do not care. And what they do, they play this game, and I just want y'all to be very clear. If we think for 1 second community violence and police brutality is not under the same umbrella, something is wrong with us.
That's right.
Because guess what?
That's
When
right.
your loved one is murdered, you wouldn't give a damn if it was by a killer cop, Uncle Black, Lil Joe. You ready to go to FR, period.
That's right.
Period. You don't give a damn. Because that wasn't an act of God, that wasn't a car accident or somebody was sick. You ready to go off. You want straight gratification.
Yep.
But the only difference, and let's be crystal clear, when these killer cops do it, the biggest difference, they are protected. While they serve us death and brutalize us, they are protected. They're not protecting us. They serving us death and brutality, and they the MF is just protected. And we know who they are, we know what they did, and we don't get no accountability. They laugh in your face, they stalk us, they do all type of stuff. But that's why I pop up every which way. They killed my brother 8 years ago, 9 years ago. Every time I find out where they at, I'm there. I'm a teacher, I'm missing work. I showed up at David Keller Lewis court date. I try to show up every week when he murdered the state's attorney. I was ready to go through there and play after police and all that. I was ready.
That's right.
But somebody leaked it out. But the same way y'all took our loved ones away, but it don't end right there. Because the time we was spending with them, we gonna spend on y'all. We gonna spend with y'all.
That's right.
On y'all behind. We gonna stay there. Every day I spent with Tyrone West. He picked me up from work, he used my car, we go do us. Now I'm gonna do y'all. Every chance I get, if y'all see, it was more than just hanging up a sign and walking away. Y'all don't see the strength in this? I come out here no matter what, even when I don't feel like it, I came out here sick. All the even before face masks was required. When I got sick, I came out with a face mask, people looking at me like I'm crazy. I never missed the West Wednesday, don't play. My cousin got murdered, smoked, literally on January the 20th of this year, on a West Wednesday morning. That was the hardest West Wednesday I ever did. The hardest one. Crying all night about my cousin getting smoked, and these bastards still ain't telling my family nothing. Going on 6, 7 months later. And we supposed to trust, and my family are trusting the system that effed us over. I'm just only being quiet because I respect my family, but when I get to talk about this, Lord Jesus, I ain't shutting up, and every word gonna be a cuss word. I'm trying to tell you early. They want to bleep every word out. Because it's dirty, yeah. Straight up. But again, I will let y'all know that if you're thinking that homicides are over here, police brutality is over here, homelessness is over here, so these messed up schools, this shit is all connected. Welcome to our world.
All connected.
It's designed by fashion. They did this personally to make sure that we fail. As humans, to divide us, to conquer us. That's why they did it. And they play us. Oh, why y'all don't talk about victims of this? We talk about all that. Let's be crystal clear, because it's all together. We the one that can't sleep at night worrying about. If our loved ones gonna be smoked by somebody on the street with no accountability because they don't do anything. And meanwhile, they getting all these billions of dollars. The president's supposed to be here tomorrow, dropping another billion for this dirty ass city. We ain't saying nothing. People still dying. People still hungry and homeless. All these abandoned miniums, they ain't doing nothing. What are they doing with that money? That's what we need to follow. It's like Shorty said a long time ago, you follow the dollar, you'll get the truth. Right. That man said that a lot. That's wisdom right there. I respect Shorty. Day one. He done checked politicians for my family, the West family. Had it not been for Shorty, let's be crystal clear, when they started the revolution here at City Hall, it wasn't because we were standing out there freezing cold in the rain, in the snow, different weather, each season changing. They didn't give a damn about that. But when Shorty got up in Warren Brandt's face, man to man, chest to chest, and said, "What's up?" Then it got real. Then it's like, "Oh, what y'all want to do?" And then they gave us a resolution here, which still ain't resulted in nothing. Justice delayed, justice denied. I'm sick and tired of the Doug and Pony show.
Dig in.
So now it's time to shut Merlin Mosby down. I just want this wench to tell me she ain't going to do what she ain't going to do. Like, I know you ain't going to do nothing, sis. Put it in black and white so I can move forward.
That's right.
Right.
I'm not a fool.
That's
I
right.
ain't graduate from college. I ain't go to school to be a fool. Put it in black and white. If it ain't black and white, it don't count.
Right.
It's speculation.
That's right.
It's speculation. I want facts. Facts. I'm not going to do this so I can move on. See, notice, justice delayed, justice denied.
That's right.
So meanwhile, 17 murderers are walking the street with the killer cop that murdered her brother. How you not safe in your own home when you lay down and break bread with your family? This man wasn't on the street.
Nope.
This man wasn't nowhere at church. He was in his house with his family
Yep.
Right.
and was gunned down.
Shameful, disgusting.
Shameful, very disgusting. And they want to say, "Oh, he had a knife." I wouldn't give a damn if he had an AK. It doesn't matter because you want killer cops, like I said, Dylan Roof, who murdered black people in the church.
That's right.
And then you want to talk about our city, I can talk about the guy David, Mr. David Murray, that he let off 200 rounds, a white guy in the county, 200 rounds this year. And police asked me, did they kill him? Did they fear for their life? Where was that same fear that took my brother Timothy freaking life in front of them babies, and then they leave the babies in the home?
Shameful.
Where was that fear? They let him bang off on them 200 plus times. And then they let this white man go in his house, white man, not a black man, a white man, Caucasian, a Caucasian man, go back in his house. Oh, what started it was he killed his girlfriend Doug. He killed his girlfriend Doug and was shooting all neighbors and all. He hid behind his truck. You can't make this stuff up. Hid behind his truck, let off 200 rounds. They didn't fire one shot at him.
Not
This
one.
animal was allowed to
Not
walk
one.
back inside of his house, dial 911, and they came. He didn't have a wrinkle on his
Shame.
shirt, nothing.
Shameful.
But Timothy had a knife in his hand going through a mental health crisis. He didn't kill anyone,
Nope.
but you murder him. And then you murdered the whole family.
Yep.
You murdered his kids. You murdered the whole family. Y'all some murderers, some animals that don't care. You leave babies. That's one thing if you like an adult. You leave babies in a house to be traumatized. And then y'all want to talk about trauma and all this. You won't even deal with it. Babies saw their father get murdered in this house. Now, well, I ain't even gonna call it a house no more. It was a house in the home when Daddy was there. But now it's like a psych ward. It's a constant reminder. It's a horror story.
Fucking horror story.
They leave them trapped in a nightmare they never asked for.
Never.
And they're abandoned and neglect. They should be all charged with neglect,
And abandonment.
abandonment, child abuse, all of that.
Yep. Mental abuse.
Mental
child
abuse, all that. All that. Every charge you can think of, they need that.
That's right.
You don't do that to children. Children are our future.
That's right.
And I commend the beautiful mother that's raising them now by herself.
That's right.
I give a big shout out to her.
That's right, Shannon. That's right.
Shannon, I commend you. Keep doing an excellent job. I know it got to be her.
That's
Because
right.
now mama got to be mama and daddy.
Yep.
And women, we can't be no daddy. We can raise our daughters, but we cannot raise men by ourselves. We can't tell them the way the world operates. It's only speculation. We need facts. We need their father to tell them certain things. And meanwhile, they're taking their fathers, they're taking their mothers, grandchildren, everybody. Please don't leave me stuck with the only solution is a revolution. Please don't leave that in my mind. Because it's like a, oh my gosh.
It's true.
It's right there. Because I'm sick of the dog and pony show.
That's right.
How many more men and women and children gotta get murdered before we stop playing the dog and pony show and say enough is enough?
Enough is enough.
How many more until they get their sick quarter on the knees, 300 plus bodies? Every time we come to y'all West Wing, we read a sick, sad list. Homicides in the city, police, murders that are happening in different states. Right? And they feel it's disgusting.
Disgusting.
So I'm going to ask you, sis, do you want to say anything before we start reading the sick homicide list? Mic check. Anybody want to say anything? Miss Smoke, do you want to give some encouraging words? Anything? Mic check.
Mic check.
Somebody hold that for her, because I definitely can.
I send my greetings and my love and my light to you, Angela, to Shannon, and the rest of the members of Timothy Fleming family. And I stand out here in solidarity for your fight to get justice. And you're not alone. You're not alone. You look around and it only can grow. Because the more we speak on it, the more we say it, the more we tell it, the more attention that we get, the more movement that we have, and more action that we can take to ensure that there's accountability for the trauma that was inflicted. And let me talk about this thing now where they're doing this, if you will, this trauma response. My question is, did you receive trauma response after your brother, husband, father was killed?
I did.
And when I talk about that, now I'm not just talking about immediate family, because we have a nuclear family, we have a community. And for every time that you say that you're not getting any information about the police report, and they're telling you it's taking 2 years, that's 2 years of trauma.
Trauma. Yeah. Trauma.
Now, I would like to see the trauma response on that.
Yes. Trauma.
Call not answering their mail.
And I know I sent emails, everybody else sent emails to get a response. I promise you that if a prominent person, a prominent politician, a pastor, or whoever else was in that same predicament, there would have been an answer within a month. I promise you.
Yep.
That's the thing.
If not sooner.
Or if they was Caucasian, they would have got it in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
Say it again.
If they were all Caucasian, they would have got it in 24 hours. Let's be crystal clear.
So why is it that we're seeing this now? What? Because you showed the video, you released the video, and that's supposed to be the end of it? No, that wasn't the end of it. We had more questions. I know I did.
Yes, I did.
Yes,
After
I
seeing
am.
that-
Because you didn't just like disarm the threat.
Yes.
You actually murdered this man. This is straight murder. We're not talking about 1 shot, 2 shots.
7.
Shame!
7.
Shame!
In proximity.
7 shots.
Shame!
When you run the risk
7
and also
fucking shots.
injuring, if not killing, the wife as well. For a domestic response. Now, if you want to talk about trauma care, you come for the whole nuclear family. You do everything that you can to accommodate them. Because they're going through it. We're talking about the holidays are coming up.
They don't,
Everybody else going to be with their families.
they don't care.
And they're going to be one unit. This family will not. And there are how many dozens of families who are in that same predicament, having to fight for accountability. And so my encouraging words to you is this. Even though when it feels bad and you know that you see darkness, that you don't give up. That you don't give up hope. Like I said, you see all these people out here? We're here for you.
Right.
You got our number. You got somebody's number. You got contact. Because you're not going to fight this alone. And you can't. And you can't. Hey, we do what we need to do. I know I do what I need to do to take this on. Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
I'm going to say this one more time. Marilyn Mosby, Brandon Scott, Michael Harrison, Jason Zimmerman, Gaston Melendez. Put y'all fucking money together and get my family out that fucking house. Y'all sitting comfortably right now, probably at y'all fucking table eating dinner right now with y'all family. And my brother isn't even here with his family. Yet my nephews are still in the fucking house. This shit gotta end.
That's right.
Right.
This shit got to end.
Yes.
We still don't have an autopsy report. 6 months in.
They're going to wait till right before Christmas to get
6 months in, no fucking autopsy report. Y'all are fucking disgusting. This city is fucking disgusting. My nephews are being fucking traumatized every goddamn day, and y'all sitting at fucking home giggling and laughing and shit, posting pictures and shit of y'all family on fucking Facebook. Fuck y'all. Y'all need to get my nephews out that house. I don't fucking quit, I reload. Mic check.
That's right. That's right. So again, since you got all our support, you definitely got all our support. We ain't going nowhere. They know damn well we ain't going nowhere. I've been at this thing 8 years. I ain't going nowhere. It is my duty to fight for our freedom, and it's our duty to win.
That's right.
It's our duty to win. We can't just stop and fight. It is our duty to win. And that's the truth. Like, we gotta win. And winning to me is reassuring that nobody's family goes through what our families have endured and still enduring. We still don't know what tomorrow will bring us.
That's
We
right.
still don't know who else is on their hit list. They the biggest game in America.
Yeah.
They're a legalized game. Let's be crystal clear. A legalized game. They get away. They worse than them all. It's horrific the things that they do and get away when they laugh and joke. And meanwhile, we gotta live with this pain. But that's alright, because guess what? We're gonna keep turning up and keep showing up.
That's right.
And eventually someone's going to listen. Keep shutting it down. We don't get it. Keep shutting it down.
Shut it
Shut
down.
it all the way down.
Shut it down.
They don't do their job, they gotta go. They
Gotta
gotta
go.
go. We gotta replace them. Simple as that. And maybe one day the dog and pony show will end. So we're gonna go into the part where
Fuck 12. Fuck 12.
no, that's right. That's right.
Fuck 12.
Alright, middle finger up.
Fuck 12. I knew they were coming. Fuck 12.
Right.
Can't stop.
Fuck stop.
So kill the
Cops
cops
and cell block.
We
Can't
can't
stop.
stop. We
Won't
won't
stop.
stop. So
Till
kill the
the
cops
cops
and
and
cell
cell
block.
block.
We can't stop. We won't stop. So kill the cops and cell block. We can't stop. We won't stop.
Till kill the cops and cell block. Fuck 12.
That's right. So, as we always do, whether we're online or in the streets, we always, unfortunately, read a sad list that I wouldn't want nobody to be a part of. The homicides in the city, so as we read the list, I don't know who has the list, Uncle Bill.
I have the police killing.
So who has the, okay, my mind gone, I forgot. Alright. So, before I bring up my brother Brian, I just want us to take 1 minute, really, of silence. 1 minute. Because again, like I said, my cousin Tavon Anderson was just murdered on January the 20th, 2 blocks over on a West Wednesday morning. And we still don't have no answers. We still don't have no accountability. And my cousin wasn't a street dude. He wasn't even from around here.
Shameful.
All he was doing was bringing his daughter to get some gifts. Pick up some gifts, some late gifts, and this is after Christmas. This is January 20th, a whole month after Christmas. His daughter called him after he get off work and say, "Hey, Dad, you take me past my friend's house. I finally got connected with her." And he go pull up and he get his brains bleed the fuck out. And they ain't telling my family nothing. But I know what they did. I know exactly what they did, and I can't wait to run my mouth. I'm respecting my family right now, because when I tell y'all what they did, y'all gonna be livid. I don't care how many years it is, but I'm to the point, I might not make it to keep being in silence. Because they couldn't buy off my silence when they killed my brother.
That's right.
I ain't with the silence stuff. I run my mouth just like I teach the students that I work with every single day. If anybody hurts you home, you speak up. I don't know how long I can be silent, but I'm respecting my family. That's the only reason why I'm not talking about it. That's the only reason why I have not done the biggest press conference in this city about Tavon Anderson, because I respect my family. But like I said, I'm starting at the pig's house, because I think the pigs are connected to my my cousin's death. And Tavon was like a brother to me, so I can say brother to my other
That's
brother.
right.
Because him and my brother, Tyrone West, raised me. We was born and raised in the same household, everything. So I'm not going to stop, but let's just take 1 minute for all the victims of homicide that we daily hear about on the news. And keep in mind, don't let it get real once it become one of your family members or one of your homeboys or homegirls or loved ones. Just imagine getting a call that nobody wants to get, that your loved one is gone. I'd be getting scared to get on Facebook because there's too much of death going on in our city, too much of murder. So let's take 1 minute. If you pray, pray. If you don't pray, just think of a way we can start to end this. 1 minute, please. Start now. Thank you, guys. Mic check.
Well, they went in someone's house down there, so he's keeping an eye on them.
So this week, there were 6 people who were announced as homicide victims by the Baltimore police. That's 6 families. That's 6 workplaces, 6 collections of friends that have huge, unfillable holes in them. And I'd ask that we just lift these names up and just pray for some healing, pray for some peace for the people involved. So I'm going to read them and hang on. I'll read these, and if you could just echo them back to me. Alton Henderson, 60.
Alton Henderson, 60.
Kwesi Butcher, 28.
Kwesi Butcher, 28.
Saeed Hall, 30.
Saeed Hall, 30.
William Foster III, 43.
William Foster III, 43.
Davon Woodruff, 31.
Davon Woodruff, 31.
Antoine Andrews, 20.
Antoine Andrews, 20.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I say.
So now I'm going to bring up Uncle Bill. He's going to read the unfortunate sad list of homicide due to police brutality, or should I say slaughters, murders. So as we go into that, just remember that minute that we took. Just keep in mind, whatever we could do, we need to do it now. And then the saddest part about it is, like you listen to the numbers, and it's always the case. You had a community violence number, but then They can't even match with the killer cop numbers. The killer cops kill us way more than the community violence, but all they do is focus on the community violence and say, oh, y'all need to stop killing each other. No, y'all need to stop killing us. Mic check.
Mic check.
Good evening, everyone. Before I uphold the names of people killed by police in the most recent week reported, I want to mention that we're going to do our best. We're not rich, but we're going to do our best to raise some money to help the family of Mr. Fleming and try to get those children out of that house and minimize some of the trauma. And we have a committee that's going to work on that. We have Angela, who's right here. We have Brian, who's right there, and myself. We're going to meet probably tomorrow and try and get this thing started so that we can help with a security deposit, whatever's needed to help make this move possible. And if you could ask all your friends too, and all your family members to help out, that would be terrific. Second thing, afterwards I'll distribute the Revolutionary newspaper. The front article is about the students sitting in at Howard University. And they've been sitting in for a good while.
Shameful.
You can read all about what that struggle is for.
Shameful.
So I'm going to start with the police killings on November the 1st. And we mentioned this first one last week, but at that time they hadn't released his name. So I want to start with him, and if we could honor each of these people who've been killed by police by repeating their name and upholding it, that would be great. So on November the 1st in Huma, Louisiana, 36 years old, he was armed with a screwdriver. Killed by police, Johnny McGee.
Johnny McGee.
In Arkansas, it's Arkansas, no, I said it wrong. Aransas Pass, Texas. Sorry, I read the thing wrong. On November the 2nd, and they haven't identified this person yet, so we'll honor him by saying Ashe.
Ashe.
On November the 3rd, in Grant County, Kentucky, Gary Bessler. Killed by police on November the 3rd, in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, 30 years old, LeKenneth Miller. Killed again on November the 3rd, in Covington, Georgia, 43 years old, Johnny Gilbert.
Johnny Gilbert.
Killed by police in Glendale, Arizona on November the 3rd again, unarmed, 26 years old, Jose Cortez. Killed on November the 4th by police in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 36 years old, not yet identified, Ashe.
Ashe.
Killed by police in Jackson County, Georgia, 43 years old, Jessica Worsham.
Jessica Worsham.
Killed by police in Charlotte, North Carolina, on November the 5th, Darrell Rainey.
Darrell Rainey.
Killed by police on November the 6th in Henrico County, Virginia, not yet identified, Ashe.
Ashe.
Killed by police in Goodview, Virginia, on November the 6th, 29 years old, Chelsea Clevenger Kirk.
Chelsea Clevenger Kirk.
Killed by police on November the 6th in Chesapeake, Virginia, unarmed, 45 years old, Brian Price.
Brian Price.
Of course, I'm not saying that if someone was armed, that gives the police the right to kill them. I'm just mentioning that in the last case, he was totally unarmed. On November the 6th, in Joliet, Illinois, 21 years old, Jabbar Muhammad. In Long Beach, New Jersey, on November the 6th, killed by police, not yet identified, Ashe. In Knowlton Township, New Jersey, on November the 7th, not yet identified, killed by police, Ashe. And that's the last person we're honoring tonight. That was 16 people in about a week. And that probably does not include all the names, because we know they kill on the average 1,100 a year, which equals 3 a day. So in a week, in the typical week, 21 people have their lives stolen by the police. This was 16, so probably there are a number of others that we don't know about. Last thing I want to say is that those who participate after West Wednesday in the challenge discussion about revolutionary politics, that'll be next week after West Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Mic check.
Mic check.
So do anybody else want to share anything? Anybody? Before we wrap up, anybody? Mic check.
Mic check!
What's that, Brian?
Where you get that from?
You just picked that up out the street. That's a case.
Oh, a shell. Jesus, it's real.
Shit
It's
real.
real. And this is where the babies live at.
Fucking
This is where the
crazy.
babies live at. You see that?
Fucking disgusting.
A shell case. This is what our life means. It boils down to a shell case. And then you can't say being at the wrong place at the wrong time. We're not safe in our homes.
No,
We're not safe in our schools.
no,
We're not safe at church.
no.
We're not safe anywhere. And I'm going to end on this
Can't even go
note.
to the grocery
No
store.
one,
Nicholas Lee.
no one, yeah, can't even go grocery shopping with your family. No one is safe. No one is safe. And they're not, wait, let me be clear, hold on. We're not safe. Because let's be clear, because they're not just going around killing Caucasian people, because that wouldn't happen. That shit would not happen. Because Roland
That's
Park,
right.
Roland Park would be shut down if they have a prowler.
That's right.
A prowler in the neighborhood.
That's right.
We wouldn't go through Roland Park and see showcases. They ain't got to worry about stuff like that. Why do we? Why do we? The
Fucking
same way
shame.
they protect up the hill, they need to protect down the hill.
That's
Every
right.
which way. Same way they protect Federal Hill, they need to protect down the hill. Every hood. Every neighborhood deserves that same peace.
That's right.
That same lack of fearing that, oh, am I going to walk outside and get my brains blown out? But nobody's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves.
There you go.
And I'm going to say it one last time. Nobody's going to save us.
Right.
We have to save ourselves.
That's right.
Because if they wanted to save us, it's the easy fix. Hold people accountable. Be fair. Give people jobs. Give my brothers jobs. All they asking for is a chance. That's it. Y'all don't want to get on that chance. Y'all rather arrest them, throw 40, 50 years at them, take their whole life away, take them back to slavery days, make them work like a slave in jail for 2 pennies for y'all, and then bring them home to get them killed. Period. The end. That's all faith, and that's disgusting.
Disgusting.
And then they ready to quickly get us into the army and all that stuff, sign us up for selective services real quick, but they don't give a damn else about it. I was shocked they actually coming knocking on my door for my 18-year-old. Knocking on the door to try to recruit him. Ain't nobody never even asked me anything while he was in high school, none of that. Middle school, none of that. Now that he's in college, they knocking at my door. Knocking at my door. I'm like, damn, they know where we live at? Again, I'll say no one is going to save us.
Nobody ain't
We
gonna
have to
save us.
save ourselves.
That's right.
We need to take the time and figure it out the same way we figuring out how to bring up a couple dollars to get this family out of this house. They deserve that.
That's right.
These babies need to sleep like we sleep every freaking night.
Yes.
Even though I hardly get sleep,
Barely.
but at least I'm not sleeping in the house that murdered my brother.
Exactly.
Where my cousin was at.
That's
Your
right.
father. Their father was murdered in that damn house.
Fucking shame.
So before you go to sleep at night, I want each and every last one of y'all to take them babies home with y'all.
That's right.
When y'all going to get cozy and comfortable in y'all bed after y'all jump out the shower, tub, or whatever y'all do to unwind,
Yeah, that's
eat
right.
y'all nice hot meal, think about the babies that are being neglected and abused by this system. Not by their mother, traumatized by this system in this house. And still gotta go to school. In a pandemic with face masks on and everything. All type of unusual stuff. Whereas everybody is suffering from mental health right now. I didn't even know my teenage daughter was suffering from mental health. I'm like, how the hell you can suffer from mental health? You ain't working, you ain't gotta pay no bills. I'm gonna turn my house into a movie theater. I'm thinking but mentally not being able to socialize with your friends and be out in society. Everybody's suffering from mental health right now.
That's right. That's right.
But then imagine just going through that on top of seeing your father murdered in your face in your house. Could you imagine? So as you go to bed tonight, or as you go purchase your little meal from McDonald's or whatever. Put them dollars to the side, man. We need every dollar right now.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Every dollar counts. I don't care if it's 50 cents. Every dime cent counts. That's getting us closer to getting them babies out here.
Right.
And then it don't even stop right there. They should be in a fully new furnished house, everything.
That's right.
They should have them seeking counseling,
They should
all
have been
that.
out of there.
All that.
6 months later.
All that.
Fucking 6
So
months
think
later.
about if it was you, if it was your children, what would you do? Now it's time for us to do that. We got you, Andrew. We love you. We got you, Sean. We love you. We ain't going nowhere. Unlike the media, unlike people that just come around for the time frame, we ain't going nowhere. This sister got me through my, I thought I was going to walk off my job today. I was mentally stressed. Parent-teacher conference after parent-teacher conference, no break. I was ready to break down. I called down the bathroom. She said a prayer got me back right. That's what we here for, to support each other.
That's right. That's right.
Literally to support each other. Only take a phone conversation, anything. You can support each other just by listening and you ain't got to say nothing. Just let a person vent. Shut up sometimes, let them talk.
Yep. That's right.
Or if they ask you a question, give them your honest answer. Don't give them what they want to hear, give them your honest answer.
That's right.
And then treat the person as if it was yourself. Don't tell them nothing that you wouldn't do or you wouldn't want nobody to say to you. So think about it. Humble yourself.
That's right.
Again, we got you. We love you. Live to love to live. Love you all. We'll see you guys next week. Mic check.